Buenos dias, amigos. All right, here we go again. 1 minute, 20-second recovery between the exercises. We're going to do a circuit. Try to do all of the exercises back to back with only that 20-second break if you can. And then you're going to take a longer break and then come back and repeat it again 3 or 4 times. You know the drill by now. We're going to start with a one-legged deadlift, moving on to crab, narrow squat, push up to downward facing dog, opposite hand to toe ab crunch, arm circles, and then we'll finish with mountain climbers. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 exercises. So hopefully you're ready. And I already forgot what we're starting with. One-legged deadlift. Let me get the timer going. This is going to have a balance element to it. So starting on whichever leg you want to start with, I would suggest your weaker leg. Chest lifted, abs tight. You're just going to come over and then come back up. You can bring the knee in if you want to add some core work. Bring it over and come back up. Keep your core nice and tight. Stick your hips back. I think this may be my last video from Cabo this time around. Hopefully you've enjoyed the different scenery. That was the buzzer. We're going to move to the other leg. I'm going to bury it in the sand so I don't twist an ankle. Buzzer and begin. So notice how slow I'm going. I'm making each movement very deliberate. Whenever you're doing weight training, you want to be very conscious of your form and the mind-body connection. So I'm really thinking about pulling up with my hamstring and then squeezing my glute up at the top of this movement, keeping my core nice and tight. Next is the crab, perfect beach move. I love this exercise. My clients hate it, but I love it. So you're coming down on your back, on your butt. Your hands are going to come behind you. I don't care how your fingertips are faced. It's whatever's comfortable for you and your shoulders. You're going to lift your hips up, reach for your opposite hand to opposite foot, and then come back down. So I'm dropping my butt down between this movement, but I'm not resting on the sand. Trying not to. So this also has a balance element, obviously. You're also going to feel it in your triceps, in your hamstrings and glute, and in your core. And I'm going to be covered in sand by the time we're done this. Rough life, I know. Hopefully I don't have any of my boob falling out. So reach as much as you can, drop it down. Next is the narrow squat. So going to bring our legs close together and squat. So just sit back, squeeze up. Sit back, squeeze up. So chest is lifted, abs are tight. You're sitting your hips back as if you were sitting in a chair, and then you're squeezing up. Again, if you were home and you had equipment, you could hold hand weights, you could place a bar on your shoulders. You even could put a band underneath your feet and hold the handles, and that would all make this more difficult. So when you do a narrow squat, you're working more your quadriceps, where a wider squat shifts it more to the back of your body. You also could hold your arms up like so, if you wanted. Next movement is going to be our push-up to downward facing dog. So I'll show you a couple different options. With your push-ups, so you can either do them on your toes or you can do them on your knees. But when you come to your downward facing dog, you're going to have to shift to your knees. So head in line with your spine, abs pulled in, drop it down, up, back to downward facing dog, stretching through your shoulders. Modifications, you're going to come to your knees, head is still in line with your spine, hips are dropped down, so none of this, you're here, and then up on your toes, downward facing dog. When you come back, really push through your shoulders, drop your head. You're almost there, 15 more seconds. Keep that core nice and tight. And release. We're moving on to an ab exercise. Opposite hand, opposite foot, rolling onto your back. Legs are going to come up overhead. You're going to reach up, opposite pinky to opposite little toe, and down. Reach and down. Think about keeping that fist distance between your chin and your chest. Twisting just as much as you can. Working into your obliques. More seconds. Exhale when you come up. I have sweat dripping down me. It's not even 8 o'clock. It's a little warm here. Okay, arm circles are next. So you can either stand up or you could be on your knees, whichever's more comfortable for you. Arms come up and they're just going to be little circles front, just little circles. I know this looks like nothing, but it starts to burn after a while. And again, if you wanted to make it more difficult, you could hold light hand weights. I wouldn't go too heavy though. So we're going to do 1 minute in one direction and then 1 minute in the other direction. I need to wipe the sweat. So dripping off my nose. Oh, I see Mr. Flanagan coming. Maybe he'll make a cameo appearance. 10 more seconds. And relax. We're going to go in the opposite direction next. I have some other people coming by. They're going to get turned around by the turtle guy. Again, arms out to the side. And go ahead and circle back. Little circles. So it's burning. More seconds. Hello, Mr. Flanagan. Are you going to make a cameo appearance?
A cameo.
15 more seconds. I'm filming.
Hello.
And release. All right, one more exercise, I believe. Yes, mountain climbers, and that's going to be it. So you're on your hands and toes, and you're just driving your knees into your chest. I don't need you to place your foot down here, although you could do that if you wanted to make it a little easier. But I'd rather have you just drive the knees in. Core nice and tight. I'm gonna look at my timer. Keep going. 30 more seconds. I have sweat dripping everywhere. Almost there. 6 more seconds. And you're there. Awesome job. See you next time. Remember, you have to run through it 2 to 3 more times. Adios, amigos.